And you can stay with us on State of the Nation. So far, 7 states have reported suspected cases of the monkeypox virus. The states include Bayelsa, where the index case was reported on the 22nd of September. Others are Rivers, Ogun, Lagos, Cross River, Akwa Ibom, and Ekiti states. But as we speak, there is no confirmation yet if the over 30 suspected cases in the 7 states are monkeypox. The National Coordinator of the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, Mr. Chikwe Ihekwazu, has told the Senate that results of laboratory tests to confirm or refute the outbreak of monkeypox in Nigeria will be out today. That's Friday. We're still expecting that report. Monkeypox is a very rare disease, you must know, and the fatality rate is 1 out of every 10. It last occurred in Nigeria in the 70s. Now I have with me joining us in the studio Farmer Biola Paul Ozie. She joins me now in the studio to talk about monkeypox virus. Just about this time last week, we had monkeypox or suspected cases in just one state. Now we have 7 suspected cases. We have 7 states where we have suspected cases. Must we be worried?
Thank you very much. Yes, we need to be worried. Because if about 3 weeks ago, we are talking about just 1-2 states, and then as it is today, we are talking about 7 cases, 7 states. Though we still call it suspected, but we have cause to believe that the symptoms that have been shown, they are symptoms telling us it's monkeypox. So that means that we need to begin to put our hearts together. We need to begin to put our hearts together such that we do not continue to witness the progression of the spread of monkeypox.
Now, there is a reason to worry when you hear the national coordinator of an agency of government like that say, we do not have any public laboratory in Nigeria where you can test the authenticity of suspected cases. Shouldn't we?
We should be worried. But maybe they don't have that. We don't have that presently because it's not a common condition. It's not a common disease. It's like a one-off. It comes, you don't see it again for quite a long time. But as it is, that shows us that we have some deficiency in our system. And we should begin to address this as a nation. As a nation of 180 million, ordinarily, it is the lab. There are some laboratory tests that will confirm, that will call it definitive diagnosis of monkeypox. So it has to be done through laboratory, maybe 4 main types. The PCR, we call it PCR, ELISA, antigen detection test. I don't know whether maybe some of our labs cannot conduct this thing, which means we will have to rely on outside labs.
Yes, we had to go as far away as the car
to go and do all that. So that means that there's still a lot to be done in our health system, such that when outbreaks like this happen, we can quickly capture it, define it, confirm it, and then we begin to put measures in place.
All right. One thing that usually happens when we have diseases like this break out, if I might put it that way, is that people begin to panic. What should people do? How should people conduct themselves? Especially in this case that we hear of monkeypox. How should people carry themselves? What should be the normal practice? What must people know?
Okay, one of the things people should know is that we need to create awareness. We must be able to say, this thing, it's around. You know, when we first had Bayelsa, somebody in Lagos would say, it's still far away. Then we had River State.
Yeah.
Then we had Ogun, Lagos, Ekiti. Then, by the time it's coming home, it's coming to Lagos where some of us reside, you begin to look at it that this thing is spreading. But first of all, let's be calm. Let's be aware that this is an infectious disease. It's normally transferred through animals to human beings, but it can also be transferred from human to human. So we now need to be careful. We now need to be aware. For caregivers, healthcare workers, and for the general populace, if we're among those that are visiting or we are taking care of those that have come down with monkeypox, then we have to be very, very careful. We have to be courteous. We have to begin to take caution on what to do and what not to do, especially as regards physical contact, getting the respiratory secretions of those people, skin lesions of those people. If we are exposed to such things, we can also come down because we have found out that it's a viral infection and it is transmissible from human to human.
All right,
so
thank you very much.
Down and then
thank you very much, Farmer Biola Paul Ozie, who has been talking to us about how we can manage the situation about monkeypox that we have right now. Thank you for coming on the program. And just before we go, over 500 youth in Kano State have been equipped with cottage industry tools by the state government, which also granted soft loans to some civil servants. According to the state governor, Abdullahi Ganduje, the loan is to help financial constraints faced by government workers, while the tools are aimed at reducing the high rate of youth unemployment. The facilities were granted the beneficiaries under the Ganduje Empowerment Initiative.
Sewing machines, gardening equipment, cameras, plumbing instruments and certification of completion are just a few of the materials presented to the recipients of the Ganduje Empowerment Initiative. The initiative brings together youths from 44 local government areas of the state who have been trained in various fields to enable them become self-sufficient.
We have 213 who had training on tailoring, 129 plumbing, 50 video and camera, and then 110 POP.
The beneficiaries of this initiative believe the materials could not have come at a better time, as they will help cater to their needs and those of the family.
I learned video and photo coverage and photo and video coverage, and inshallah I will use this opportunity to at least change my life.
Over 2,000 civil servants are also presented soft loans to help them ease hardship that they are facing.
The cardinal objective of this government is to make our population an asset, a population that is viable, a population that is progressive, and a population whereby everybody is involved in the economic development of the state. So as part of our program for skill acquisition and empowerment, we start with the program of identification of beneficiaries to ensure that only those who are interested, only those who are serious are being registered for a particular empowerment program.
Some states in the Federation are yet to implement 18,000 minimum wage. Like our colleague Zamfara State, we are here today celebrating an extra and additional gesture of car loan, not talking of payment of salary.
While the unemployment margin in Kano State continues to rise, the government hopes interventions such as this could make the job seekers engage in enterprises that could make them more self-reliant.
And that's our package on the program State of the Nation today. Many thanks for watching. I'm Kayode Alayande. Bye now.